Hello everyone! At the beginning of the review, I'm pleased to know that we have already had a review of an electric car with the logo of this company on our channel, and comparing it with the previous model will clearly show the leap in the development of electric vehicles that the four-ring brand from Germany has made. The hero of today's review is the Audi Q4 e-tron, model with an index 50, which is the top version. You're watching the VOLTauto channel. Glory to Ukraine, glory to the heroes. Let's go! The electric crossover from the four-ring brand is produced not only in German Chicago, but also at the plant in China. Audi manufactures it in a collaboration with the FAW Group, a Chinese state-owned company founded in 1953. Our channel made the first review of an Audi electric car from China in early 2021. At that time, the focus was essentially fuel model Q2 L. However, the Stuttgart brand had already sensed the growing popularity of electric cars and introduced the electric version of this crossover at the Audi Shanghai exhibition in 2019. The Audi Q2 L e-tron is based on the MQB platform, just like its older sibling in the Audi e-tron lineup. This means it was essentially a conversion of a fuel car into an electric one, as the MQB architecture was originally designed for internal combustion engines and was modified for electric motors and batteries. However, the star of our review was originally developed as an electric vehicle, as indicated by its new architecture. The electric MEB platform from Volkswagen is shared among all car brands within the Volkswagen Group portfolio. Therefore, the Audi Q4 e-tron is closely related to models like Volkswagen ID.4 or Skoda Enyaq iV. While they share technical components, the Audi Q4 e-tron has its own distinctive body, interior, and setting. The Q e-tron model is available in Europe with two body types, a standard SUV and a couple-like sportback. In terms of exterior design, it's worth noting that the radiator grille, although resembling a traditional one, is a solid plate, and the air intake is located at the bottom of the bumper. Additionally, LED headlights come as a standard feature. For an extra cost, a matrix LED headlight system is available. In the onboard setting menu, you can select different patterns for the adaptive headlights, but there are only 4 options programmed. The model index immediately tells us that in terms of size, the Q4 e-tron is positioned between the Q3 and the Q5 models. Its length is 4.59 meters, width is 1.86 meters, height is 1.63 meters, and the wheelbase is 2.76 meters. The aerodynamic coefficient of resistance is 0.28. Wheel options range from 19 to 21 inches in diameter. The base version of the model comes with a single electric motor on the rear axle, making the Q4 e-tron the first serial Audi with rear-wheel drive in the brand's history. The supercars, like the Audi R8 with the rear-wheel drive, are not considered in this context since they are produced in limited series, and models with a conventional layout were not mass-produced. The Q4 e-tron's chassis features McPherson struts at the front and a multi-link system at the rear. Given it's an Audi, a model offers several suspension options, including the sport version with a 15mm reduced ground clearance, part of the S-Line package. There are also variations with adaptive suspension. Additionally, a variable ratio steering wheel can be optionally equipped, a standard feature for the brand's all-wheel drive models with internal combustion engines, now extend to the electric vehicles. It's worth noting that the rear axle of the Q4 e-tron features drum brakes, while the front has disc brakes. The simplest modification produced in China is the Audi Q4 e-tron with a 40 index. It has a single electric motor on the rear axle with a power of 150 kilowatts or 204 horsepower. The acceleration for 100 km per hour for this version is 8.8 seconds, and the maximum speed is 160 km per hour. Paired with an electric motor is an 84.8 kWh battery, providing a range of 605 km according to the CLTC cycle. The all-wheel drive variation of the compact e-tron is called the Audi Q4 e-tron 50. It has the same rear motor as the 40 model, but it collaborates with the front motor with a power of 80 kilowatts or 109 horsepower. The total power is 313 electric horses. It's important to note that the second electric motor engages only when needed, for example during acceleration or overtaking, making this crossover essentially rear-wheel drive by default. The acceleration to 100 km per hour for the two-motor version takes 6.8 seconds, with the top speed remaining at 160 km per hour. While the battery size is the same as the 40 model, the range is slightly reduced to 543 km due to increasing power of the vehicle. The Q4 e-tron can be charged from a standard household outlet or from direct current stations with a power of up to 125 kilowatts. In a second case, a 10-minute charge provides enough power for 130 km range. Despite being an electric crossover, originally designed as such, the Q4 e-tron lacks a front trunk. This phenomenon, known as frunk, is present in many electric cars that were originally designed as electric vehicles, including all Tesla models. German engineers had to relocate the climate system in their model closer to the front, sacrificing the front trunk to provide more space for the driver and front passenger. Allegedly, this design was made to enhance comfort in the front row. Before we move on to the interior, I would like to mention that I first saw the Audi Q4 e-tron at the Green Tech Festival in Berlin in 2022. At that time, it struck me as the most well-balanced electric Audi. I must say that my opinion has not changed. It's an attractive model in all aspects, including price, and it's still an Audi. Inside, German designers have implemented several unconventional solutions. For example, they made the central console two-tiered. The upper level houses the drive mode selector, while the lower level features wireless smartphone charging. Virtual instruments are visible on a 10-inch screen, and the media system display can be either 10 or 12 inches. Optionally, you can choose a heads-up display with augmented reality and the Sonos audio system. I would like to draw your attention to the fact that this is also the first Audi model with touch-sensitive buttons on the steering wheel. However, the climate control remains a block with physical buttons. In the base variants, the interior upholstery is made of synthetic material, but in the top versions or as an option, you can order Nappa leather upholstery. There is a central airbag between the front seats which prevents collisions between occupants in the event of an accident, a feature not present in all models in this price segment. Also, I want to highlight another interesting feature. The seating arrangement in this car is designed like an amphitheater. The rear bench is 7 cm higher than the front seats. The backrest of the rear seat is divided into 3 parts in a 40-20-40 ratio. The seats and backrests are comfortably cushioned. The central section is designed to allow transporting long items like skis while still accommodating 2 passengers in the back. The foldable armrest has only 2 cup holders. Of course, in a car of this class there is a panoramic roof, but it's not solid, it has a sliding sunroof installed above the front row. In terms of cargo space, the Audi Q4 e-tron is comparable to the Q5 model, offering 520 liters under the shelf. With the rear seats folded, you get 1490 liters. As this electric car is from China, it comes with charging ports of the local type. The slow AC charging port of the GB/T AC standard, for example, for alternating current, is on the right side of the rear wing. Through this port, you can charge the electric car, for instance, from a household outlet. Under the same flap, there is also a fast DC charging port of the GB/T DC standard. This port allows you to recharge the battery at stations with direct current. Speaking of charging electric cars from China in Ukraine, we provided detailed information in our special report. By the way, the charging station networks in Ukraine are constantly evolving. They are adapting to the rapidly increasing number of electric cars from China and installing more terminals with charging ports of the GB/T standard. You can buy this or a similar model from us, the largest importer of electric cars from China, VOLTauto. All contact information is in description of this video. And that is all for today. See you in the next video.